Welcome to the San Jose Buddhist Church Betsuin Obon at Home. This is our regular Buddhism 101 that we do maybe 5 times during the Obon weekend. But this year, because of the circumstances, and it's a new challenge for us, but we would like to have this Buddhism 101 as a part of our Obon festival, as we have in the past years, have it as a part of the Obon at Home this year. Obon is a part of our tradition. It has been a part of the community as well. It brings people together, people who, old members that we may not have seen for a long time, friends and family who come and help at the different venues, from chicken teriyaki to barbecue skewering to Obon odori. So many people are involved in putting the festival on. But this year, we have really just a handful of people who are working hard to put this Obon at Home together, so that we might, if not simply remember the times in which we were able to join each other here at the Hondo, to be able to share in the importance of Obon, of coming together, bringing families and friends, gathering together in this festival. We'll begin this Buddhism 101 with a brief service, the kansho, ringing of the large bell, followed by the reading of Sambujo and Sambujo and Juseige. Mikame Sensei and I will do the reading. If you are able to, please join us in reading Sambujo and Juseige. Juseige comes from the larger Pure Land Sutra. It is one of 2 gathas in the larger Pure Land Sutra that we regularly read, Juseige, and the other is Sambutsuge. The Juseige occurs after Shakyamuni Buddha, after the Bodhisattva Dharmakara returns to his teacher, the Buddha Lokeshvara Raja, after studying for a very long time and practicing for a very long time. And he returns to his teacher, and he makes these pledges, these vows, to provide a means through which everyone, regardless of our abilities or skills, that everyone might be able to resolve the difficulties that we cause and experience. And in this Juseige, Dharmakara reaffirms his intent to fulfill these vows. Again, to provide a means through which everyone might be able to be free from the difficulties that we cause and experience. Dharmakara goes on to practice even longer, harder, and eventually fulfills all of these 48 vows. And in fulfilling these vows, becomes the Buddha Amida. And in Jodo Shinshu, we understand, because of Dharmakara's fulfilling these vows, becoming Amida Buddha, that we are assured of the eventual resolution of difficulties. Regardless of our abilities or skills, we too will enjoy enlightenment. We'll begin then today's Buddhism 101 with the ringing of kansho, followed by the reading of the Sambujo and the Juseige. Thank you very much.
조상 구묘 고사이슈야구난 가이히지에게 메시고모안 해성의쇼아구노 서다투셈쇼몬 고소조만속 이여로지법 니징아즈슈주기 탱고음분옌 이슈가이호소 고세쿠노구호 조다이슈주 셈머시시군 그여이사이뭇 여성슈동구혼 난내시투조만 포구이상가요 요부투무게집 쓰나투미프쇼 낭아쿠에릭 도시사이쇼손 시강야고갑 나이센모간노 고프쇼텐님
The Sambujo and the Jusege, which we just read. Again, a part of our tradition in Jodo Shinshu. And in Jodo Shinshu, we don't have any practices, unlike other schools of Buddhism, where there are things that you do in order to move towards the resolution of difficulties, to cultivate the mind that sees things as they are, to become a Buddha. in Jodo Shinshu, because we understand that the Dharmakara, the Bodhisattva Dharmakara, has fulfilled these practices in becoming Amida Buddha, assures all of us of the resolution of difficulties. We live a life of gratitude. The way that we live our life is not worrying about what do I have to do in order to become a Buddha. We are already assured of that. And because of that assurance, we live our lives with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. At Obon time, we remember our family and friends who have died. There's a story that this Obon story comes from, a story of one of the Shakyamuni Buddha's disciples. And this disciple, when he chose to become a student of Shakyamuni Buddha, left his home, as many of the monks of his time did. He left his home and left his mother in the care of his relatives. And this student, whose name was Moggallana, became a student of Shakyamuni Buddha. Many years later, having gone through many practices, having studied with Shakyamuni Buddha for many years, understanding what Shakyamuni Buddha was trying to get us all to understand, and appreciating the deep connections we have with one another, and to be able to see things simply as they are, to see through our own prejudices, our own preferences. Moggallana's mother passed away. Moggallana, when he heard of his mother's death, in deep meditation, saw that his mother was experiencing a life of great difficulties, that in fact she had been born into the realm of hungry ghosts. And in the realm of hungry ghosts, everything that that person touches bursts into flames. They have narrow necks and their bellies are distended, and everything that they touch bursts into flames. So they can't satisfy that hunger. They can't satisfy whatever they want or need. Everything that they touched bursts into flames. And Shariputra, Moggallana, saw his mother in this realm of hungry ghosts, the Preta realm. And he asked Shakyamuni Buddha, what can I do to help my mother? And Shakyamuni Buddha's instructions to him were to go out and do something for his fellow monks, to provide food for them, and a time to enjoy and celebrate together the life that they were all a part of. And Moggallana did this and shared with his fellow monks food and drink and an evening or a day of enjoyment. And when Moggallana went back to meditation, he saw that his mother had been released from this realm of hungry ghosts. And seeing that she was now no longer experiencing the suffering of the realm of hungry ghosts, began to dance in joy. Grateful that his mother was now freed from that realm of hungry ghosts. As we participate in our Obon festivities, we gather together, and sometimes I think we may not think about or see maybe how much goes on around us as we are so, sometimes if we are a worker, we're so involved in either counting cash or making sure that the tempura doesn't get burned or the chicken teriyaki doesn't stay too long warming up. But as you look around, as you go through the different booths, whether it's the game booths or the food booths, into the big annex eating area, as you look around, you see families and friends enjoying, even if just for a short time, enjoying the time together. You see sometimes children who are upset, or you see maybe even adults who might be upset they can't get what they wanted. But even in the midst of all of that, there is this mindfulness that we as a community are a part of something more than ourselves, that we are a part of the life that surrounds us and the lives that have been lived before us. And as we dance, we are mindful of those lives as well. That the life of a family member or friend has come to an end hasn't brought to an end the relationship that you share with them. That relationship continues. That relationship continues to be a part of your life that influences the way that you see and engage the world. And no matter how we might think of what has happened to that person, whether that person is watching us from above or off in the Pure Land somewhere, that we think of them, that we are mindful of their lives, is an expression of the continued influence that their lives have in our lives. Again, in Jodo Shinshu, we are grateful for all that has come together to make our lives possible. Grateful for the support and care and nurturing that we receive, that sometimes may be hard to recognize, but yet when we think about, when we are mindful of, we can see that even in the difficulties there are things that we can learn. Our own limitations, our own needs and expectations of others. And having been a part of a community coming together allows us to begin to see the relationship that we share with all life. Again, in Jodo Shinshu, gratitude is an important part of the way that we see and engage the world. The Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, is sometimes referred to as Kansha no Nembutsu. Kansha simply means gratitude. It is the Nembutsu of gratitude. The Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, finally expresses gratitude for the assurance of Amida Buddha that provides for the enlightenment of all beings. I hope that sometime in the future we will be able to gather once again in this Hondo. Today we do our part to help with this pandemic that has engulfed the world. We do our part to hold off this virus as best as we can until all conditions can change, that hopefully a vaccine can be found that will be effective and will be able to protect us from this virus. But until that time, we can use the technology that we have available to us. We can see and meet with one another through Google Meets or Zoom or WebEx or whatever your choice of connecting with the world. And again, that reminds us of how important the world is around us and how deeply connected we are to that world. When that time comes when we can gather together once again in this Hondo, we can see friends and family, people that perhaps we will not have seen for a very long time, and be able to express a joy and appreciation for one another. Thank you very much for participating in this year's Obon at Home. Thank you very much for participating in this Buddhism 101. Following this presentation, we'll continue with question and answers. If you have any questions, please stay with us. There will be opportunities for you to ask questions through the chat, and we'll try to answer those questions as best as possible. Please take care of yourselves. Stay home. When you go out, wear a mask. The mask is an act of compassion. It's not just to protect you, but it's concern for others. Wearing a mask protects others from what you may be carrying, unknowingly carrying. It is an expression of compassion. Thank you very much, everyone. If you please join in Gassho and Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much, everyone.